guys, welcome to another video. I'm in Ebony right now, but we gotta fix some things. I'm gonna show you that this channel ain't all glamour and glitz. It ain't all highlight reel. I'm gonna show you the real stuff that goes on sometimes. So right now, it has a real rough idle and kind of acting up on startups. Now, it normally does it after a hot startup. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'll come out in the morning, open the garage, start the car up, it'll start up perfect, drive perfect, and then after I turn the car off and turn it back on, or whether it's like within 10 seconds, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, when the car's already hot, it acts up, and that's when it starts to I'll turn it on, it'll die, and then sometimes I'll turn it on, the idle'll be rough and bouncy. So I talked to the tuner, and he says he thinks it's the tune because he needs to make some adjustments on the hot tune. But check engine light comes on. I don't have a scanner for it because I'm used to ODB1, and since it's ODB1 converted to OBD2, it doesn't just have a classic OBD2 port. All right, made it to the shop. Now my oil is smoking pretty bad, so it looks like I gotta make some adjustment to this line. It's definitely dripping, and but yeah, made it to the tuner.
Is there any oil in it?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Well, I meant in the engine, not in your turbo.
I checked it. I checked it. It should be still.
Cam sensor, air frequency 255. Vanos, air frequency 255.
I don't know what that means.
It means it's broken.
Sweet.
And that's probably why it runs like shit.
I have some.
What's Kerbin Wellen again? Crank? I don't know. Knockenwellen's cams, Kerbin Wellen crank? Maybe. Knockenwellen, and then you go, wheat! And then it goes camshaft encoder and translates it for you.
Wow.
Yeah, see? See, and then you can go down here to,
I know that. I know OEM.
Oh shit.
Breaking shit.
Well, your shit's all janky.
I know. I hate it. Y'all wanted door panels in the car. I got them, and now they're fucking trash. Everybody.
The internet's. All your sensors are broken.
Maybe it's the adapter harness plugged in all wrong.
So the cam sensor is 100% dead because the air counter's maxed out, like dead. The crank sensor is only coded 13 times.
So I had 13 good runs with it.
All right, well, go tell Sam to get you a cam sensor.
All right.
And potentially a crank sensor. The crank sensor may be coding because the cam sensor is that mad. They talk to each other. I'll do the cam sensor first.
Although it's impossible to plug that back.
No, it wouldn't run. It runs when it's cold-ish. And it boosts just fine. Runs the red line, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Crank sensor is probably fine. But the cam sensor is definitely not fine.
All right. Cam sensor?
If the cam sensor is dead on a forced induction car with huge injectors, it's going to just overfuel the dog shit out of it.
That makes sense because in the morning it does smell kind of rich.
Ah,
Why are you running like the cheapest vacuum line into this God's green earth?
Ray,
Because
you're on video. You can't be ripping the guy's build. Look at this.
I feel like I'm gonna hurt its feelings.
At least it's not blue.
I'd
we've
rather
seen that
have
one.
blue and silicone.
It works, goddammit.
Get Sam to order a cam sensor, assuming somebody has one that's OE. And why don't you just leave this here and ride with her?
Alright guys, so the cam sensor took a shit, so that's why it's running like shit. Tuner thought it was a tune until he read the codes and then saw immediately it was a cam sensor. So he cleared the codes, started it up again, and it ran like shit and threw the cam sensor code again. So clearly it's the cam sensor. So crank sensor is good, so I don't have to change that. Cam sensor is bad, so I have to change that. They just ordered it. I'm at the shop at True Automotive now. They just ordered it for me. It'll be here in the morning, and then I'll just leave the car here and I'll change it in the morning and then go about my business and, you know, run free. I was supposed to get a full exhaust done tomorrow. Don't know if I'll be able to do it since I have to work on this in the morning. I mean, it shouldn't take that long. It's like right there. But I'm also going to do oil change too, because since the cam sensor went bad, it was dumping a whole bunch of fuel and dumping fuel like down the cylinder walls and stuff. So it smells kind of funny in there. So I'm going to go ahead and change the oil too to be safe. And then, yeah, I was supposed to get full exhaust done tomorrow at Johnny's shop. He's the one that did the exhaust on the drift car. Told him I'd come back with a turbo car when it was ready. But I'm supposed to meet there at 9, between 9 and 10, and I don't think the part's gonna get here till like 10 or 11. So got to reschedule that, or maybe if I fix it fast enough and he's still open, maybe I can go up there, but we'll see. But for now, she's staying here, and I will see you guys in the morning. And it's perfect. And it's perfect. Obviously it's still broken, but I told you it's random. It's in the shop now, but it's random. It's perfect right now. It's so funny. All right, it's the next morning. It's time to go change this cam sensor. Got a bucket full of tools. I won't need all these tools, but I'm trying to make it at Johnny's shop today, and if I do, I got to do some other stuff while I'm there. So hopefully I make it, so I can still get an exhaust tomorrow. I mean today. It's today already. But before I leave, let me do some quick updates on stuff, because not only is the turbo car broken, that car's broken too, like pretty bad. So the M3, I polished it again since I've been driving the E90 every day. So I put it in the garage and actually polished it again, so it's like super clean again. And it'll stay clean too, because it'll stay garage. I got some stuff in my garage I need to move around, because I was in there messing with stuff. But and this actually added the little splitters on here. Like I said last time I was modding it, I was waiting for the splitters. Well, they came in and I painted them. Just spray painted them white. You know, they look different right now because it's brand new paint versus, you know, 10-year-old paints. I mean, after a few weeks it'll start to fade and get dirty and kind of match everything else. And but I like it. I think it looks pretty decent. I mean, they're only like 50 bucks, and then sprayed it myself for like 10 bucks, so I'm not mad. But this car, first off, I installed some hood pins. These are quick latch hood pins, and you literally just push them in and it releases, boom, like that. And then, you know, you do it on both sides. And then I actually kept the hook under here, so it's still, you know, that way if these pins do happen to fail, you know, I haven't tried them long, but it will still stay hooked and closed right here. So, but these pins are actually super easy to install. They're actually pretty cheap. You do have to cut some pretty big holes in your hood to fit everything, but let's see, I think I got one over here still. I bought four. This is it, quick latch, and these are the small ones, the QL25 or something. Yeah, QL25. They have bigger ones and more expensive ones and stuff with locks and stuff, but I bought the small ones. I just wanted to test them out first, because I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with Ebony's hood, because Ebony still doesn't have a hood. Still need to figure out how to make the hood fit, which I think I know now, but even still, I would have to find a way to clamp the hood. So I think I'm gonna put these on Ebony too, because they are small. They kind of blend in. They're black, so, and they're cool. Like, install's pretty simple. Just put the rod in place, sandwich it with the nuts, and then put this on top, and then lock it in with that ring. It's pretty simple and pretty strong. So it's closed. It's supposed to have like 500 pounds of force. That side wasn't closed. All right. There, now it's closed. It's supposed to have like 500 pounds of force, but only thing I messed up on, well, I guess I didn't really know, I put it on the edges, and I think I need to put it more closer to the middle, because on the edges, you know, they stay. And I mean, I try to lift them up pretty hard, and I'm practically bending the hood, so they'll stay. But since there's nothing in the middle kind of pops up a little bit, so I don't really like that. But so I think if I do that on ebony, just put them closer to the middle, and I think it'd be a tighter fit, because the factory hood pin locations are like right here. So we'll try to do that. So but they work. And let's talk about what doesn't work. So yesterday I tried to go to an alignment shop. Tried to go visit Simon, who did my drift alignment before, and I was going to install these Chelsea Denofa drift tie rods. And they're like 120 bucks from Drift HQ. And they go in factory locations of the tie rods, like direct bolt on, no welding, cutting, anything like that. And it's supposed to give you like an extra 10 degrees of camber. So I mean 10 degrees of angle, drift angle. I don't know if they're longer. I don't know the science behind it. He can explain it. He made a video on it. But yeah, I was gonna go get those installed. Drove the car for 5 minutes and it stopped working. So what had happened was I was driving, right? Luckily I only got like 5 minutes away, but I was driving, and all of a sudden the clutch pedal, when I pushed the clutch in, it stopped doing stuff. But the clutch pedal was vibrating like crazy. Like I could feel the clutch bouncing against my feet, but it wouldn't go out of gear, wouldn't go in gear. Like it's not stuck in gear. I could pull it out of gear, but it just, the clutch wasn't doing anything. So I think the throwout bearing went out, or maybe some clutch material broke off. I don't know, something real weird about it. I can't even clutchless shift. So I had to drive home in first gear. I just had to turn the car off, put it in first gear, start it, hit the gas. And like I said, wasn't too far, but first gear, remember this thing has a 391, so that's like 15 miles an hour. So it took a while to get home, and luckily I didn't hit a lot of traffic. It was back road. So but yeah, that sucked. It was kind of embarrassing, but made it home. So I need to pull the transmission on that car, so I don't know when I'll do it. There was a drift event, not this weekend but the weekend after, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to do all that. So so yeah, that car's broken. Let's go fix my other car. All right. Now luckily it's not hard. It's right here. I just have to remove this, and I should have most access. I can go ahead and move this out of the way too, since this is basically just air. That gives me a little bit of room too. All right, let's do Vanos line first, which is a 19. Oh, not a lot of oil. Like, it's been sitting all night. Not a lot of oil pressure built up, so that's good. There we go. There's the Vanos. I think it's a Vanos solenoid, whatever it's called. And then here's the cam sensor. So it's super simple. This is just a little Allen. Well, it's already loose. That's kind of weird. It was on the engine when I got it, and I never replaced it. I mean, normal for most cars, but replacing it now. Oh, look at that. All right, where's the harness? There we go.
What in the world we got going on back here?
Crank sensor went out.
Oh yeah.
Easy fix. So, took 5 minutes. Not too bad.
Put a genuine one in it?
Yep. Figured I'm not even gonna waste my time with another one.
Putting one in and still getting a call?
Yeah. I admit, forgot to order an O-ring, so I'm gonna use the old one, and hope it works. Little Allen, get your Allen. Should be good. Brand new crank sensor. Everything's plugged back in. Should be no check engine lights. Oh yeah, much smoother. Kind of hangs a little bit when it's cold, but we started again. I'll start it one more time. Third time's a charm. All right, I think it works. Cool. Easy. Took about, what, 10 minutes? All right, I'm gonna drive it around for a little bit, warm it up, and then come back to the shop, turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off, turn it back on, see if there is actually a problem with the hot start, or if the cam sensor just went out when it was hot. Most likely, but just want to make sure, because if I do go to Johnny's shop today for exhaust, that is like an hour away, so I won't be out there an hour away and find out I still got problems. So just driving around for a little bit, see what's going on. Nothing too crazy. Still gotta change the oil. We'll do that when we get back too. This thing always puts a smile on my face. Swear to God. Cars suck, man. My wastegate just my wastegate pipe just flew off. I'm driving, I hear some metal clanking on the ground, I look and I see my wastegate pipe bouncing off the damn ground. Oh, and it's still smoking. These things you gotta go through when you make projects. When you do things on cars that are not supposed to be done, it's gonna have problems. So here's what it is. So now I don't know if I want to drive back and get it. I don't. Fuck. Shit. This is bullshit. So now let's start it. No check engine lights came on the whole drive, so that's a good thing. So let's turn it off. It's hot, and it should be a nice hot start. Perfect. Do it again. I'm out and about, driving around, chilling. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? All right, it's time to leave. Perfect. So yes, I think it was just the cam sensor. The whole time it was a cam sensor. Interesting. Now I gotta fix this wastegate because that looks sketchy. The wastegate dump fell out, and the top bolt for the wastegate is starting to come loose too. So it looks like wastegate is next. So we're gonna get a nut, tighten it down, and make sure it's good. We're gonna check top and bottom. He's checking the bottom now because he came outside while I was with it and he was curious himself. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my oil since that's something I needed to do. Brought a filter. They got plenty of liquid moly here, so let's change the oil. Hopefully nothing goes wrong with my oil change, because it's my luck right now. It sucks. the oil is changed. There was no problem with that, so luckily I didn't strip no bolts or anything, because the way my luck was going, I figured something was happening, but it didn't. So there's one more thing I need to fix. Well, we're gonna try to fix the oil line right now. Ray might have some more fittings, because the fitting is kind of, I don't know, it's not really sitting where it's supposed to be. And where the hell is my tools? But there's one more thing I need to fix. I was gonna wait till I got to Johnny's shop because the car would be in the air, but since the car's in the air now, I might as well try to fix it now. I'll show you guys in a second. Yeah, so the threads are definitely broken. Trying to get it to focus. And yeah, this sucks because it's the turbo. Anything else I can kind of swap it out, but swapping out working on a Range Rover. He's very frustrated. But yeah, this sucks. Alright, so we haven't figured this out yet. Threads are definitely stripped and nothing holds anymore, so we might have to JB weld, and hopefully it stays. So didn't know I was gonna have to upgrade a turbo so soon, you know? Thought I was gonna drive this for a while, but I don't know. Situations like this, guess I need to change some stuff. Also, I did get my wastegate thread on, so it's nut end bolted all the way through, so it should not come off. Still don't have my wastegate dump. I could probably drive down the road and try to go find it, but I don't know. All right, you just put JB weld on the turbo. Now let it dry. He told me once I put the oil line on, don't mess with it at all. So I'm actually gonna run home because I do have another oil line I do actually plan on putting on, and I don't wanna do it later. So let me put it on while I got a chance. It's longer, so it'll wrap a different way, and that way I should be able to close my hood. So I've been kind of experimenting with that a few days ago, and that was my solution, to get a longer turbo line. All right, package acquired. There's my longer turbo line. Has a 90 that comes out of the top, and that bend goes straight. The other one had a 90, but it is longer. It's 48 inches. The other one was 38 inches. So, and then I got two of these things to wrap around this. So, you know, these lines do get extremely hot, and you know, just in case. All right, I'm actually close to where my downpipe flew off, so I'm gonna watch the area, and if I see that thing, I'm getting out. Found it. Alright, so here's my downpipe tube. Probably have to put this on at home, because I think I'm gonna definitely have to remove the downpipe. And remember, I had a special technique on how to remove the downpipe, and I didn't bring none of those tools with me, so I'll do this at home. I could drive without the wastegate dump. It's just, as long as I don't hit full boost and it's not spraying, you know, hot air against the side of the engine block, which I mean, it's not directly at the engine block, but I don't know. But I'll just do this at home. So but I got it, so I don't have to order one, at least. And as far as this is JB welded now, so it's actually really tight. So when I put the new line on there, I'm not gonna screw it super tight, because I don't want to mess this up, because if this breaks loose again, the turbo's done. So we'll try to make this turbo last a little bit, and so put this on, you know, almost a little bit more than finger tight, just snug, just enough. I mean, it's dripping down, it shouldn't leak, but I mean, I guess we'll see. But I do not want to mess that up. So I'm gonna take this one off, because I do have a longer one, and then we're gonna wrap that too. So just gonna take this off. So here's my old line, a little short line. No longer need this. I'll save it, or if anybody else needs a turbo line, it works. Just it's too short for me. So the other one, let me open it, show you how I'm gonna route it first, and then I'm gonna wrap it before I route it, for two reasons. one, I'm gonna wrap it because it's hot, and two, I'm gonna wrap it because since I do have to run it this way, this is really abrasive and I do not want it to scratch my paint, so I'm gonna put the wrap on it so it doesn't do that. So it would wrap this way under the turbo through here, and it will go through here basically and wrap around that way. So make sure it's the right fitting, because I'll be really mad if it's not the right fitting. All right, definitely is. Okay. Ooh, make sure. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So this is DEI fire sleeve, and if I'm gonna do anything heat protection, I try to trust the big brands, because the cheap stuff, I don't know, I feel like the cheap stuff has a better chance of catching on fire, and that kind of defeats the purpose. So I always try to get DEI stuff. It's more expensive, but it's either that or die or lose a car. So
What you doing?
taping up my new oil line.
Oh yeah, but no. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, I think that's good. And there you go.
What's up?
And this will go here, and this will go here. Perfect fit. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's get this one on. So when I was trying to close my hood, you guys probably saw me trying to put my hood on, and it wouldn't fit. Mainly because the feet I had before went up this way, because it wasn't long enough to go this way. So when I put the hood on, it actually sat right on that. So I actually messed with that line, which is probably why I stripped it, to be honest. And as long as I have the feed that's lower than that, then it should fit. So my hood will most likely fit now. Only time will tell. I'm about to give it another turn, but no, I'm gonna leave it. If it starts to leak right there, then I give it another turn. But I'm gonna leave it alone. So let's move on to the next fix, because I got something else I gotta fix. And that's what the angle grinder's for. I already talked to Johnny. I'm not gonna make it to Johnny, it's too late. It's like 2:17. Like I said, I was supposed to be there like 9 to 10. And I told him what the situation was yesterday. But yeah, he told me if I can get up there like around 1, then it might still be able to squeeze me in. But yeah, that's not gonna happen, because even if I left right now, I wouldn't be there till like 3. So that's a L. So exhaust, I don't know when. He doesn't work on the weekends. He's a family man. He has a daughter. His daughter's like 1 month apart, older than my daughter, and he does not work on the weekends. So, and normally, you know, during the week I'm at work, but I'm actually off. So yeah, we'll have to reschedule another day. I'm about to take a day off work to go get it done, and that's all I got. So where we at so far? All right, so see, watch, where's the wastegate hole? The wastegate dump goes right there. I can touch it, but as far as putting something there, that's not, screwing something in, that's not happening. It's bullshit. I hate, well, maybe I can, I don't know. I'll try later. While the car's cold. This is a problem right here. This diff bolt. Now the diff bolt's good, the bushing's good, but this is like kind of stripped. Let me show you. It's a 22. Normally when you torque it, it stops. This doesn't stop. This does not stop ever. And it just kind of skips, so it never like blocks out. It gets tight at one point and then it pops back out of torque. So what this is doing, every time I start driving, when I start moving, especially in first gear, it shakes and it thumps, and it's really annoying and loud in the car. And at first I thought it was a clutch being weird, because it is an eBay clutch, but no, it's definitely that. So what I'm gonna have to do is I have a nut that fits the back of this. I'm gonna take this all the way out, and then I'm actually gonna grind this down flat and put a nut there, and then torque that with the nut. So it'll be nut and bolt, and that'll hold it in place because the threads are not doing it. So hey, trans jack.
Did people were not like jumping ones at you on that because of the title of your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I thought, I don't know, it's, yeah, someone said I'd be more successful if I didn't focus on being black. I know being black was a bad thing, my bad. Sorry y'all watching. I'd be more successful if I didn't focus on being black. Shit just makes me laugh. All right. Oh, safety glasses. About to get ghetto up in here. All right, job complete. It was a success. I actually loosened all the bolts for the diff and slid it back a little bit because I couldn't get the right angle. Now I grinded that flat and got the bolt in there. It's super snug when I try to tighten it, and it's a nylon bolt, so it shouldn't break loose. And then it kind of, the angle of the bolt kind of sits right there, so it's not gonna go anywhere. But it is tight. It should be good, and I think it's a wrap on the day, man. I won't mess with cars no more. But having a lift is awesome, so I definitely need to get me a shop and a lift, because working under a lift is 10 times easier than on your back, and I actually enjoy it. So, but I guess I'll take this thing home, see if it leaks. But other than that, I think today was kind of successful. I don't know. Well, the tunes, the cam sensor's fixed, so that was the biggest issue, and that's fixed now, so it should start drive easy, no problem. Only thing I gotta do is put the wastegate thing back in, and hopefully that oil feed line doesn't leak, and if not, and the diff is fixed, then we're good. Do exhaust later, because there's no time to do it today. I don't know, we'll see. But let me put this thing down and let's go home. All right, I lied. I took advantage of the fact that car is on a lift, and I actually put the wastegate dump tube back, so everything's good now. And I actually put Loctite on it, so shouldn't come off. So I think everything's fixed. Everything's fixed. Literally everything is fixed now. All right, now it's successful. All right, on my way home now to see if everything really is fixed. Leaving, I kind of did a little burnout. They told me to do a burnout, and I said I didn't want to because the car is like still in a testing phase. But then I did it. So yeah. So we're driving home. I see smoke from the turbo already, so that's not exactly fixed. But as far as like idling and everything, that's still good. The clutch, I mean not the clutch, the diff doesn't bang anymore, so that's fixed. So yeah, the only thing we got is a smoking turbo, so it's not bad. We'll fix it. This is the life of cars, man. Stuff breaks, then you fix it, then you break it again, then you fix it, then you break it again, then you fix it. It's a never-ending story. So when shit breaks, don't try to get down, just fix it. So I gotta go home and I'm not gonna do it today, but I gotta go home and fix the other one now because that doesn't have a working clutch right now. So, but yeah, this is the story of cars. So thanks for watching. Deuces. See you in the next one. I couldn't end without giving y'all at least one pull. This thing does not get old. Woo! Yo, I take it back. This is what's on fire. this thing smoking like bacon. Huh. I think the fiberglass is stuck to that. I mean, I'll let it cool down. But yeah, I don't see a lot of oil, so I don't think it's really leaking oil. I think this thing is just on fire. Which is crazy, because now, if it was like the first time I drove with it, it would make sense, but I've had this on here since the beginning, so it's been on a lot of drives, so that's interesting. Well, that might be the culprit. Okay. Maybe I did fix everything. There's some smoke back there, which I cannot figure out. But as far as the line, it's good. Interesting. All right, I swear I'm gonna end the video this time. So, but after more discoveries, I got to talk about it. So, it was smoking through the line in the beginning of this video. I actually physically saw it, and that thing was kind of weak. And you guys saw the threads were kind of stripped too. So it looks like the JB Weld actually did fix it. I know JB Weld is ghetto, but in certain situations, you got to try something. So it's better than buying a new turbo right now. I'm not saying I won't in the future, but I don't want to do it already. Like, I'm just starting to drive the car. So, but when I was on my way home, I noticed the smoke was a little bit weird. Like, it didn't look like it was just one area. It looked like it was all of it. So that's when I got home, and then I looked, and it looked like the blanket was smoking too. So I pulled the blanket off, and I saw the blanket was smoking like crazy, and most of the smoke went away. There's still a leak somewhere. I think it's coming out of the turbo. I don't know. It goes down there somewhere. I can't figure it out. It's not a valve cover gasket. Obviously, I changed that already. So I don't know what it is, but for the most part, the line isn't leaking. The turbo blanket was. So that's good to know. So yeah, we did fix everything today. So yeah, I guess that's all the information I got right now. Deuces. See you guys in another video.